The next person, the alderman of the 3rd Ward, asked me, has she seen me before? I forgot to tell you, I was the regional director at the Atlas Center for 20 years. And so I got to know intimately all the aldermen that had wards in the southeast area. I hadn't been able to talk to Pat because she's a new alderman, but and I have to take this opportunity to thank Bessie Richardson, who has continued the tradition that I started. I was talking to Sasha Dalton. That was the first time we ate out of the Atlas Center. And why we're doing this, I said at one meeting, because we would have a continental breakfast at the Atlas Center. We'd have juice and rolls and coffee. And I threw out a challenge. I said, you know, every now and then I'd like some bacon and eggs and hash browns. And Sasha said, you can have the meeting at my place, which was the nursing home run by the First Church of Deliverance on 43rd and Wabash. And that was our first meeting outside of the center. That has been continued through my successor, Robin Tillotson. Robin, raise your hand and say hi. And Dolores Mebane has been a big backer of the southeast area, even though she lives somewhere else in the area. But Dolores has been a senior advocate for many, many years. Remember at one time we had a senior building closed down, and the furnace had broken down, and they had moved all of the people to the Atlas Center to spend the night. And they sent them a box of cold McDonald's hamburgers. I called Dolores, and Dolores arranged to have a restaurant deliver turkey and dressing. So that was in her heyday at Channel 5. You all remember Dolores from Channel 5? They don't do the things that Dolores used to do. So give Dolores a big hand. I think they asked Dolores to leave because she was spending too much money, but that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hand together and welcome Alderman Pat Dowell from the 3rd Ward, City of Chicago Automatic Council.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everybody, and good morning. I am very delighted to be here. I want to thank the Providers Council for the invitation. To Pastor E.R. Williams and his wife, Mrs. Williams, thank you so much for having me. And to Dolores Mebane, continue to keep on doing the good work that you're doing in the community to serve our people. I'm here this morning to salute these ladies. Congratulations, ladies. I hope to get to where you are. You look so good in your white hats and white shoes and everything. So you all need to give yourselves a hand. Looking so good. You know, when I was a little girl, my mother and father actually were older parents. My mother, I think, was in her late 30s when she had me, and I was an only child. And they lived around in a neighborhood where there were a lot of seniors. And when I was a little girl, every day after school, my parents would send me, especially my father, he would send me either to Miss Brown's house, Mary Brown's house down the street, Miss Rushton's house across the street, Miss Harris, who lived next door to me, and Miss Littles, who lived on the other side. And from each of these ladies, I learned something important. From Mary Brown, I learned how to be resourceful. She was a single African-American woman living in a big house by herself with not much money. And she knew how to rub 2 nickels together and create $1 million. And she taught me how to live when I was in college on $2. You know, how to make it with $2.
You get it.
It's called at that time it was called hamburger meat, and a little bit, some bread, and a little bit of something else until your parents' check came. Miss Harris kept me thinking about the importance of remaining youthful and energetic as you age. She was feisty. She wouldn't hesitate for a minute to tell you if you were doing something right. If you looked good, you had on the wrong color, she was going to let you know. So I learned from Miss Harris the importance of being youthful as I age. From Miss Rushton, who was married and very, very quiet, I learned the importance of maintaining a home, how to keep your house nice, how to treat people when they come in and have a little something in appetizers, and how to serve. And, I learned that from Miss Rushton. And from Miss Littles, I learned how to cook, quite frankly, chitlins and pan cornbread, hot water cornbread made with bacon grease. So these experiences really taught me the importance of seniors in preserving our culture and preserving our values. And today's event really underscores that this tradition is very much alive in our community still. The fact that these young cadet women could come and serve you seniors, they learned something today. And you learned something from them. And that is how we're going to keep our community going. And so I'm here today to really just be a part of this event. It's been very uplifting for me, and as I know it has been for you and everybody else in this room. And I look forward as the alderman of the 3rd Ward to continue serving my seniors. I love them. I've got 17 senior buildings in the ward, and I love every single individual senior in that building. And I try to learn something from them, get something from them, and to take it back downtown to try to figure out a way to improve the life and the vitality in this neighborhood. And I thank you for that opportunity. So, ladies, I'm going to take my seat because y'all probably saying she's been up there too long. She needs to sit down. But I thank you so much for allowing me to be here, and I wish you another 25, 40 years if that be the will of the Lord. Thank you so much for having me.